Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing wonderful and you're having a good time. I'm Blanche and welcome to my YouTube channel, Blanche Keep It Raw. And today I decided to talk about a topic that I have been voicing out of the camera for years since I've been in this country. Of course, I'm a lady, I'm a woman, and I know that so many of you might not agree with me, but I always say that this topic I'm about to talk about, the child support issue, is actually destroying the black family more than it helping mothers to raise their children. And the fact that I've decided to talk to about this issue is because for a couple of weeks now, I've been on the social media. I have seen so many topics about. I have seen so many people talking about this topic especially in reference of 50 Cent, the rapper, and his son Marquise Jackson. And I finally say, you know what? Let me just say something about it, because I have a little audience that are listening to me. Let me share my opinion, voice it out, and say what I think about it. And it's so sad that many of us do not understand that this child support thing is not meant for the good of our community, but actually meant to destroy us. I know so many people will say that, no, today you need a lot of money to raise a child. No, I don't think so. That's what they want us to believe. We don't need much. We need love. We need care. We need education. And when you give all those to a child, that know deep inside that you love them. They don't need the world. But today they try to make us believe that we need the world or the material thing than what is more important and valuable for our children and our community. It's so alarming because most of the time, especially in black women today, they want to have child or children, not because they want to be mother, but because they try to sit back and just get the money, the child support, and just enjoy themselves. And they target those who have money. They target, those who are making a lot of money. And since the system is for them, they jump in that and take advantage of that. But not knowing that while doing so, they're actually destroying the child that they pretend to love. Because for me, that's not love. Then, like I was saying earlier, I have watched so many videos. I have seen, jump on them. Not that I was looking at that. When you open YouTube, you want to check something. I see 50 Cent, his son. I've seen, anyway, everybody was giving their own opinion. Most of the time, I'm not the type of person that like to jump on people's private matter, because this is their life. But the fact that I'm talking about that is because it's affecting our community in a really bad way. I'm just going to speak about the 50 Cent issue just a little bit and give my point of view on that. According to me, listen to the mother of the child, to the son, to the 50 Cent, and so a couple of people talking about the issue, I just realized that this woman doesn't even care about her son. All she wants is money. Of course, people are going to tell me that she started dating 50 Cent because I watched the movie when he didn't have nothing, and when he got shot 9 times, she was there for him. I agree. But that somehow she became greedy. Or maybe by the time she was dating 50 Cent, she never got better. She didn't have a better person at that time, or a better financial person to date. And she take what she has at the moment. But the money now revealed the real her. Because if you are the person that was there when he got shot, he didn't have nothing, and you know the value of life, you know the value of being a good person, you start bend yourself in truth to make sure Marcus is the best child you can never have. A best son, because he's going to be somebody's husband, he's going to be somebody's father. But that's not her concern, because for even her saying, she said in one of the video, I remember her saying that it was giving her $25,000 a month, and she still see that 25,000 is not enough. For what? Why is not enough? What are you going to buy in a month with 25,000 after having a house and a car that is not enough? Because you want to brand things that you don't even work for? The reality is this, because by you sitting down and just having the money of 50 cents all the time, you don't even show the same son that you pretend to love good character, to become a man, to become, it's just going to sit around lazy about and believe that the world is for him. And by the time he grow up, his father is not around anymore. God forbid if something happened to him, even if they have the money that 50 Cent left behind for him, trust me, he's going to squander that money in less than a year. And because he has been used to not do nothing to get something, he's still going to find a way to do nothing and to get something. And that's going to land him where? Either dead or in jail. Sometimes I look at some women and I think about the way they see things. And it baffles me. I always say that the fact that we black people are having an issue in this world is because we just want to live for the moment. We don't think about the future generation. We don't think about next 10 generations ahead. Other community, that's what they do. That's why you can go to Jewish people living home. You're going to see all picture of their great-great-grandfather. And that don't because they want to show you their genealogy. No, it's just because they want to say, this is my great-grandfather that started this project in the family, and it continue family generation after generation, and they keep going. Yes, I understand that the way black people were brought up, or the way we have been given things was different, but it's time to learn. It's time to do different. We have brain, we're smart, but we choose to just be fools. And I always say that when I come back to 50 Cent again, I have seen that he knew really early in the age of even the young Marquise, maybe when he was 5 or even younger or even around that time, he figured out that the mother of his son is just about money. Because I even heard one of his videos, he was said that he was giving her $500,000 a year. She still found that this was not enough. I said, are you kidding me? For you not doing nothing, not providing nothing, not giving anything, just because you were there before he got famous and you got a son from him and he tried to be, how they say that? He tried to be loyal or to remember you and say, you know what, this girl was here, and try to be there for you, but you want to take advantage of it. This is not about money. 50 Cent, if I were you, honestly, you wouldn't have lost that son. I would have given that woman, because you could have called her, signed her a document with her, give her even $10 million, because this is not about you giving her 10 million. You know you can give her much than that, but you can see the character is not there. And she want to milk you all her life. You should have just give her, come sign a contract with her. Say, you know what? I can give you $10 million or $20 million. And for that, I'm going to get my son back and I raise him. You can see him maybe once a month or once a week. Just minor visit. Trust me, this woman would have said yes. Because obviously that's what she wants. Her son doesn't even realize that he became the pass for her mother to get the money for the father. Isn't this so sad? What are we teaching our children? We actually see that sometimes when a father, even some of the black men that don't have money to give to the woman for child support, guess what? They prevent that man to see the child, but they don't know that they're hurting that child. Because whatever we like it or not, two parents in a household, or even if they're not in a household, but who understand each other, who has a peaceful understanding to raise their child or their children, are much, much better than a single family or where they have all type of problem. Because when a child, for example, for a son, when is raised by himself, guess what? He doesn't even know how to love a woman. He doesn't know how to take decision. He's a mama boy. He doesn't know how to do nothing. That's why we have seen the society today. You see how all these young people, whatever is girl or man, they don't bring nothing to the table because the way they were raised was so wrong. The same for a girl. If you were raised in a house without a father for a girl, you don't know how to love, you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to become a mother, you don't know certain things, because at the end of the day, listen, for a son, the mother is his first love, and for the mother, for the daughter, the father is the first love. Then when both family are there for a child, it gives the balance, psychological balance to that child that know how to behave as a person. How can I say that? Then anyway, it teach them how to behave in the society. Let's say that I'm a woman, I know how to behave in front of man. I'm a man, I know how to behave in front of God. But the two parents has to be there to understand each other so that that child has the balance in his mind. But I have seen so many times, because a woman is not agreeing with the father of the child, she's going to tell all sorts of negative things about that father. He's a useless man. He's this and that. You don't know what you say, that this man is the man that gives you child that you pretend to love. Because even if you hate somebody, even if so mad at somebody, do the best you can do for that child is never to talk the bad thing about the father of the mother. Guess what? Because if you do that, the child is confused. Because if you knew that the person was bad, why do you allow yourself to get pregnant for that person? You're going to say it might be an accident. Okay, sure, it's an accident. If it's an accident, take responsibility for your accident because you didn't judge very well before getting pregnant with the person. Before our parents, even when the mother was so mad at the father, especially in Africa, she going to, in front of the child, she never show the children that she was mad at the husband for one or another reason. It's in the bedroom that they were fighting their own fight. Without us, never even knew that something was going on. Because she was protecting the psychology, she was protecting the children. That's what they was trying to do. And today, no. Everything is exposed in front of these children, and they think that that's the better way to live. And I'm even so surprised and so disappointed to my, especially African women that come to the United States. She become even worse than African American women. A slight problem like that, boom, they take the man to the child support. If somebody have told you that money is everything in the world, it's wrong. It help, I agree. It's a tremendous help, I agree. But the way you guys go about it in this day is failing our children. It's failing them big time. And tomorrow when we have people, we don't have good relationship, we don't have good men, we don't have good women, we say we are not lucky. It's the fact. It's not about being lucky, not being lucky, or I don't know. You can see it's about the way we raise. There's no way you can instigate in your child good behavior, good character, decency, all that, and they end up being bad. No, they're always the beginning of something. Always. Raising a child is not just about the money. It's not just about feeding them, clothing them, buying all the gadget that you know, because everything is about material thing now. Some women, they don't even see their children. They have the child support. They're going to buy all type of gadget. I have seen a 7-year-old black child have a iPhone 13 or 13 Pro Max. What for? What for? Even if your father is a billionaire, I remember now, I have a story to tell you. There's an African-American guy in this country. He used to be so poor, born and raised in Chicago. But this man ended up doing business like, he's making great money. He's making around $900,000 a month. And he has only one son. And he said, when he was poor, he always said that when he grow up and he have children, he's going to do everything and give his children, and will never lack. Unfortunately, he has only one child with the wife, and she couldn't have any more children, but he's okay with that. And he said that every single weekend, he takes his child to poor neighborhood because he's living in a very nice place here in the PG country, in a really nice place. But every time he takes his son to the poor place to see how people live. And when his son was 18 years old, he asked the son to go ask for financial support at the community college because he's not ready to pay for that. And the son went to ask for the financial aid Of course, because of the money that the father is doing, they say, no, they cannot, approve you for that. And he came to tell the father. The father said, oh, I don't know how you're going to do it, but guess what? I cannot pay for it. But if you want to stay in my house, this is what we're going to do. If you want to stay in my house, you definitely need to find a way to work part-time and pay for your school. And he put that on Facebook. I remember how most people was bashing him. You make all that money is for your child. You cannot put him on this type of situation. Which type of weakness is that and stuff like that. He talk. But after maybe a couple of months, he came back and answered people that was bashing him. He said, you know what? I have suffered in my life so hard and I have built wealth. There's no way I'm not going to, after my death, not at least 10 generations behind, after me going to benefit from what I work for. He said, I want when I'm dying, you guys in the my great grandchild can come. I can put my picture on their wall and say, this is our great grandfather that started this. He said, but if I don't give the right education, the right proper education to my son, he will squander all the money. He said, this is for him. I don't have two other. But before, I want him to, what I'm teaching him, he's going to teach his children. The children and it's going to be like that from generation so that we never go back to the poverty. But people think that for black community, most of the time, they think that to be rich is to put all the brand name, buy things up and down. That's for them, that's the value of life. Everybody love beautiful things, don't get me wrong, but not the way black people are getting them. We have to change our mentality. The way I see 50 Cent and his son, I feel so bad for him. Because I know deep down, that's your son, that's your blood. The way he look at you. You should have give that woman money and get your son and raise him the way you think that it would have been better for you. Because it's a lost son. Trust me, people you guys are looking for him today, say 50 Cent, trust me, this guy not going to go anywhere. Unless he make a 360-degree by himself and he realized that his mom has been fooling him. His mom has been taking him to the wrong path. And he changed his way and go to his father, apologize and start learning to be a man. The way that even if the father gave him money, he said, no, I don't want it. And I actually saw a video that they were giving me $6,700 a month. And he still see that it's nothing. He said, can you live in New York with that? Are you kidding me? You don't do nothing every month. At 25 years old, they give you $6,700 and you still complaining? We have to change. They're actually helping us and breaking the bond in our family and destroying black men. And most African American women and African women today are contributing to that stupidly. If you have money and you lose your soul, if you have money and you lost your children, you lost them. When you die and you know that by the time your children that you bring to this world that you're supposed to give them the best life, because that's the beauty of having a children. Because you say that even if I'm not there tomorrow, they're going to be okay. And they're going to give their own children, teach them how to be okay. But it seems like we don't care. I always say that most of the time, black people are having children just because they want to show to the society that they can procreate. That's all. But because if they think about generation to generation to come, trust me, they will change the way they do things. It's time to change. It's time to do different. I cannot see how you guys cannot understand it. The common sense make you believe that why can not just do things differently. And I tell you, even if you have a child with someone and the person doesn't want to give you the money for that child, trust me, you can still raise that child without that man. But if at some point you behave very well, that person going to turn around and come. It's the way, the communication, the way you communicate, the way you expose the problem that can bring peace or bring war between you. And today, most women are ready to just go to the court and get whatever. And since the system is favoring that, they just dump on it and just think about it. And go all over the social media, see how men are bad. Most of my friends all the time say, oh, Blanche, why are you always on the side of men? Why this and that? No, that's not what I'm not doing that because I'm trying to prove something. I have checked. Of course, so many men are irresponsible. I cannot lie about that. But the fact that they are irresponsible, I still believe that is because of the wrong education that the mother of the father or the mother gave them while on their youth. Either they pampered them so much, they didn't show them how to respect women or respect even people in a whole. They didn't teach them the value of life. That's why they don't know right from left. They do anyhow. They behaving anyhow. They don't respect people in the society. They just do anyhow. And I actually see, and let me give you another example. I always see people post on the social media of people around me. My child is my best friend. You see somebody just have a baby. The baby is only 6 months. Oh, I have my best friend now. I have this. And the child is 10. It's my best friend. Or are you serious? Your child will never be your best friend. Or even if you want your child to be a best friend, just wait until it's adult. Just wait until it can understand things, can have a common sense, give you proper advice about or understand you. Don't bring a 6 month or 1 year, 10 year and start telling the world that is my best friend. That's why they think that you guys are the same, at the same level, because you give him that pass. You're my best friend. You're not my best friend. You can't find. If you need a best friend, go out there and look for a best friend. Me and my father, we used to have such an amazing relationship. People that know me know that I love my father so much. But I never once in my life opened my mouth and tell people, oh, guess what? You know what? My father is my best friend. For what? My father is my best friend. No, my father and I will have an awesome relationship. Period. I go out there and look for a best friend. This is confusing these children. They make them confused because they actually don't know anymore the respect due to elderly people. You have conversation among adults. You have your son or your daughter. She's a teenager. She jumped on the conversation, and the mother or the father or whatever, they say, oh, that's fine. This is their generation. They can do whatever. You know, they don't shut them up anymore. It's not like before. This is the old generation. The old generation. I'm going to ask you a question. Don't you think that the old generation or the way you were raising before was much, much better? Don't tell me that because of all this gadget and this social media, everything has changed. You cannot stick to the way we used to. We can, if you want to. I always say, for me, I don't believe a child is supposed to have a cell phone before the 18 years old. People say, no, you're too strict. I say, yes, they don't need to. And I have tried it with my own people, and I see that it works. I have a 22 years old lady, young girl in my house the other day. And for those who know me, I'm a braider. Then I was braiding her the whole day. She was quiet. If I asked her, do you need a bottle of water? She said, no, Miss Blanche, I don't need anything. And she came at 9 a.m. By 2 p.m. like that, I saw she never touched her phone, nothing. She's quiet on her own, and she just relaxed. And I said, hey, Daniel, don't you have a cell phone? She said, Mrs. Blanche, I do have a cell phone. You forget it at home? That was my question. Oh, no, I didn't forget anything. My phone is here. I said, and why don't you touch your cell phone? She said, because I don't need to. I was blown away. I said, you don't need your cell phone? She said, yes. I said, wow. Most, or if not all, the young girls that have came to my shop and I braid them, all of them, as soon they come, sometimes I even have issues with them because they cannot put their hair straight. They're just on the cell phone from beginning to they leave this place. Why are you so different? She said, Mrs. Blanche, it's really bothered me that the world is going this way. I'm only 22 years, but when I do something, I'm present to the moment, and that's it. And she started explaining to me how she took her friend downtown to a restaurant, her girlfriend, because she wanted to go to a restaurant. She said, let's go enjoy, let's go have lunch or something like that. And they went to the restaurant and they ordered. But all the time, her friend was on the cell phone. She tried to say something. She was like, yeah. But she's on the cell phone. And she said, what is that? She said, I will never invite her again. I'm just telling this situation not to say that I know the mother of that girl. And I'm not surprised at all the way she raised that daughter. Because I know that little girl, she was 5 or 6 years old. And I know the mother. She's from Ghana. Even though the mother came here when she was 13. and grow up, give birth to her in this country. But if you see the value, that means that I'm giving just this story to tell, especially to African women, that if you want, you can. You can give the proper education to your child, even in this country where the system sometimes doesn't allow you to do so. But in your household, you are the boss, not the system. We have seen it. The other day, there was a video that was going all over the social media where a woman has took away the cell phone from her son. He is about 17 years old because probably he didn't do something anyway. She was mad. That's a way of her to punish him. Guess what he did? Before she came back to work that day, he destroyed everything. When I mean destroy, the wall, the toilet, the computer, the TV, the bed, it destroyed the whole house. I wish I can find the video so that I can put the link under the thing. But it's a WhatsApp video. I don't know how to do that. But if somebody can text me, I will definitely send you the video. You guys going to see what that son is. And you know what? I'm not feel sorry for that woman. I just feel sorry for that son because they gave her a son that she cannot even raise. It's unfortunate because she's the one that failed that child. She showed him that everything that he wants, she can get it. And now when the child is start portraying all what she have shown him since he was born, she want to change things, but it's too late. It's too late. My sister, my black sister, wake up. It's time to stop this nonsense. Child support is not what raises our children. We want to have a better community, a better young men and a better young women that going to be father, mother for our generation to come. And if we don't do our job properly, we have failed them big time. We have failed them big time. It's time to step up. It's time to change the behavior. It's time to do things properly. Stop this nonsense child support. Focus on raising a child. Focus on taking, even if that person that you guys get, you conceive, the partner, you guys have the baby, and you guys don't get along, but make an effort to get along just for the sake of the child, so that when he can grow up and see that even though you guys didn't get married, you guys are actually doing the best for him or her to have the best education and to have the respect that he deserves. With that being said, I don't going to say that much. I have actually said much more than I was expecting, but it made me so sad to see how all the time black people are behind for one or another reason. Then take this seriously. If you have any advice to give to black women while you're watching this video, don't forget to put your opinion down there. Put your suggestion, give advice. If you think that I'm wrong about the child supporting, give me the reason why you think that I'm wrong about it. But anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch my video. This is Blanche Kipidro again. Take care. And for those who have never subscribed, please subscribe. For my subscriber already, thank you so much for being my subscriber, and share the video and continue to be there. I will definitely bring video all the time. Take care and be good, be safe. Bye.